Newly obtained surveillance video reportedly showing the moment an elected official in upstate New York shot a DoorDash driver outside his home. The driver, who has not been publicly named, was attempting to deliver food to a house in Chester, New York, police say, when he became lost and unable to navigate using the app. They say he approached several homes asking for directions before arriving at the residence, seen here at a nearby address just before the shooting in a video obtained by News 12.
I have a dog that my phone is broken. It can help.
State police say he then went to the home of New York Highway Superintendent John Riley, who is also a federally licensed firearms dealer. Another video obtained by News 12 reportedly showing the 48-year-old walking out of his house. The video appears to show Riley initially shooting into the side of his yard, yelling at the driver to leave as the DoorDash driver turned on his ignition.
Go! Go!
Moments later, firing toward the vehicle after the driver starts to reverse. Shooting once more as the victim drove off. Police say one of the bullets struck the driver in the back, causing serious physical injuries. Riley tonight out on bail, but facing felony assault and criminal weapon possession charges, according to state police.
Just shock, disbelief, disgust.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy G Money, aka the Echelon Don. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. And this is another episode of Sidewalk Talk. Today, I want to talk about the 2A community. The 2A community, for the most part, it's a lot of good people. It's a lot of good people that are law-abiding citizens, and they want to do nothing but protect themselves and protect their families from criminals and crime, and not be victims. Give themselves a chance to make it home. That's for the most part. That's for the most part. But today I want to talk about a topic that I don't see talked about a lot. And that is the other half of the 2A community. The assholes of the 2A community. The ones that, if they live in a certain state and they had to go in front of somebody and have an interview and give the reason, or talk about the reason why they wanted their firearm or why they needed their firearm, and went over their record, and their record was kind of clean, and they didn't really have anything violent on their record because maybe they didn't get caught for anything, but that didn't mean they didn't do anything violent. That didn't mean they're not a violent person. They put on their best behavior when they went and did their interview. It was all smiles and yes sirs and yes ma'ams. And they ended up getting their license. But in reality, these motherfuckers is assholes. They assholes. They quick-tempered. And they looking for a reason. And now that they have a license, it's turned up another 100 degrees, because now they're looking for any reason for you to even make them feel a little bit uncomfortable, for them to feel like now they have to be in a self-defense situation and pull their firearm. They're just itching to pull their firearm and shoot somebody. It's a lot of these dudes that have license right now, either license or just they state just allows them to carry, because it's a free state. and they allow them to carry. And it's a lot of people that's hot-headed out there that's carrying these guns, man. It's a lot of people that have license, that have gun license, that are more dangerous than criminals because they are legally riding around with it, so they don't have to worry about the law if they get caught with it. And some of these dudes will try to bait you into doing something, or they'll try to bait you into trying to do something to them, so that they have a reason to say I was scared for my life and I had to shoot them. There's people walking around like that with firearms, looking to bait people into some shit so that they can shoot them. That's not a joke. It's really people out there walking around with these legal guns, with these legal firearms, and they dangerous. That's a dangerous person, and that's all because, like I said, they put on their best behavior. They filled out the form, and they got, or like I said, they in a free state where they didn't have to do all of that, and they carrying a firearm, and they hot-headed. You say something to them or blow a horn at them in traffic, they lift up a firearm in your face. They'll put lift up a gun and aim it at you in traffic. I've seen that several times on the internet, and that people just lifting the gun up over somebody blowing a horn at them. So you got to be careful out here. Everybody in the 2A community is not a good person. Some people slip. I've to be honest, man, I know some people where I found out that they got their gun license, and I was like, what the fuck? They gave you a gun license? Like, shit, do they know what the fuck? Like, just because people records are clean don't mean that they have not been out there doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't get caught, and it's not on record. They didn't get caught, and it's not on record. And, you know what I'm saying? Now you just gave them a legal firearm to carry, and this person has one of the worst tempers in the world. You can't talk him down. You say the wrong thing or look at him the wrong way, and this motherfucker's a hothead, a straight up hothead. And yes, those people will end up in jail, if it's proven that they, if they done some shit that wasn't necessary. But some of these people, like I said, will try to bait you into being aggressive towards them. They'll bait you into being aggressive with them, and then if you make an attempt to do something to one of these people, now they're gonna put their best acting job on, and they're in fear for their life, and they got a legal firearm to shoot you. That's a dangerous person. That is a dangerous person right there. And a lot of people, I don't see a lot of people talking about that, but I just had to think about it. Like, that's a topic that I felt like needed to be brought up, because everybody with a gun license, or everybody that's legally carrying, is not a good person. It's not. It's some fucked up people out there that's carrying guns legally. It's just a matter of time before shit hit the fan with them. They temper in their attitudes. It's only a matter of time. And that's fucked up. But that's real. It's real. That's reality. Yeah, man. You just gotta be careful, man. Like I said, don't let nobody bait you into trying to be violent, because you just never know what their intentions are. You never know. It's people that just want to shoot their gun so bad. They walking around with that pistol in their hand or looking at it all day, and they just want to shoot that gun so bad. They want to shoot somebody so bad. It's people out there in the street that just don't have it together mentally, and they're not on any medication, but they should be on medication. This it was something that happened like I believe it was like last month, or if it wasn't last month, it was some weeks ago in New York City. This wasn't a gun, but it was a guy walking down the street in New York City, and a random guy that was behind him down the street shot him in the back with a bow and arrow for no reason. They didn't know each other. They didn't have any conflict. They didn't have any words. He just wanted to shoot his bow and arrow. He wanted to see how his bow and arrow worked. And on a random person, he just shot him in the back with a bow and arrow and killed him. And there's people like that out there that got firearms. They just want to shoot their gun. You know, they want to shoot their gun, you know, carelessly. And they'll argument in the parking lot over a parking spot. And, you know, you get out of your vehicle and you get to walking towards that person. And then now that person gets, hey, you know, don't approach me. Don't approach me, you know, and you giving them a reason to act like he's in fear for their life, and they'll kill you out in that parking lot, you know. So you got to be careful with the people that you get into these little altercations with or disagreements with out in the street, because everybody doesn't have the temperament that they should that's carrying a weapon. The gun made me a lot more disciplined than before. I always try to avoid confrontation because I already know where it could go. You know what I'm saying? So I try to avoid it. But now that I'm a legal firearm carrier, I definitely try to avoid it because I know where it can go. You know, both our lives get changed in a heartbeat over an altercation that goes the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? So you can call me all the names in the book. As long as you ain't putting your hands on me, I don't care about nothing that you saying out your mouth. Yeah, you're right. You know, all right. You have a good day. I'm gone about my business. I'm not going to let words make me react to something that's going to put me in prison, you know, or put you under the ground, you know what I'm saying, or possibly put me under the ground. So, no. You know, you got to think, you got to be responsible carrying a firearm, period, point blank. And people that's hot-headed, that's the wrong people that's the wrong people carrying a firearm. So I'm gonna end this video. You know, I said what I needed to say, and you know, I just felt like it was a topic that should be talked about, because not everybody that's carrying legally is a good person. There's some real dickheads out there carrying firearms that's looking for a reason. So y'all be safe out there. It's your boy G Money, aka the Echelon Don. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. And this is another episode of Sidewalk Talk. Hey, y'all, like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you're new watching, I'm 3 subscribers, I think, away from hitting 300. It took me a while to get there, but I appreciate everybody. Like I said, man, a slow grind is better than no grind. So like I said, I appreciate everybody, man. Thank you for your support and love, all of that. I'm going to keep trying to bring good content. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just throw anything out there just because. So, you know, keep rocking with me, and we're going to keep doing this thing, man. Keep God in your life, and y'all keep your heads on the swivel. Y'all be good out there. I'm out.